Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Anne at Martin House Flowers. I just wanted to do a quick video today to show my snapdragons that are now ready for cutting. It's a super exciting time. It is the first week of June, and although I did cut a couple stems last week with my peonies, it's really time now to start cutting on my snapdragons, because snapdragons are a cut and come again flower. So the more you cut, the more they continue to bloom throughout the summer. So I'm taking a look at the rest of my beds before I cut my snaps. And as you can see, my cosmos are starting to put some growth, and there's a few little buds that I can see, but they certainly still need to get taller. And my zinnias, I was seeing a few little buds on there too, but they're about halfway. Bachelor's buttons are almost ready to cut, probably in the next couple days. There's a few little buds there. And these are some poppies that I had never grown before, so I was really thrilled to get these germinated. I think most of them came from my winter sowing jugs. And to the left, that very fringed leaf, that's also a poppy, a taller variety. I think those are the grayish purple ones. But these little poppies are so dainty and petite. I'm not sure that I will cut on them, maybe for a tiny little posy, because they're quite short. And there's some yarrow and some status over here. And that is, I think, my chamomile. I threw in a couple chamomile, so those look like chamomile florets. And of course, another look at my Happy Jack, who's so happy, this Happy Jack clematis. Wow, had no idea it would bloom this profusely, but talk about prolific. This is its second year. I just planted it last year, about in June. So here we have Monaco Orange, which is an F1 series of snapdragons from Johnny Seeds. And an F1 indicates that that is going to bloom early in the season, early in spring. So sure enough, it's my first snapdragon to really be ready for cutting. Those are some violas that I started from seed as well. So here was the start of the bouquet. And I did find a couple of multicolored ones, the white and some black prints. But I decided after putting them in this orange pitcher that I have that there were definitely some holes in the center and the back. So I went back into the garden in search of a few more stems. And I'm being very cautious about this Hortanova netting, because one wrong cut and you could easily break it. So I think this yellow comes from my Tall Deluxe mix, because last year I grew these and they were definitely the first to bloom in the season. That yellow one was a really nice heavy stalk, and which is what you want. And there's some pale pink ones there. I'm gonna have to look back. I have tags down in the ground I could take a look at, but I'm guessing that those are from my Tall Deluxe mix of seeds from Baker Creek. And I usually just take my fingers and run them down the stem to remove the leaves. And I leave the leaves in the bed just to decompose there. But these are supposed to be, the Monaco Orange, are supposed to be as tall as 2 to 3 feet, I believe. And I'm hoping, some of them are a little crooked like this one. I'm hoping that, I would definitely say that that's almost a 3-footer. I'm hoping that they get thicker. Sometimes snapdragons, as they continue, they get a little bit weaker. The stems get a little weaker, but we'll see about these, because this is my first year growing this variety, this Monaco Orange from Johnny's. And the ideal time for cutting your snapdragons is when they've only bloomed out in the bottom third to a half, and you want the upper half or third to still be budded, so that that continues to bloom when it's in your vase. So some of these were definitely ready. You know, I could have cut on them earlier, like where you see some of those buds and only the start of the bottom blooms. So they definitely could have been cut sooner. I just waited a little bit, probably a day later. I could have cut on these even yesterday, but of course I was busy planting shrubs and editing a video. And you can see that the white ones, it happened twice to me that the stems on the white were definitely not as thick as some of the others, and it was very easy to break, which is why I was being careful to not always take one fell swoop with the leaves. So I added the extra blooms into the pitcher, and I was very happy with it. It's definitely a full bouquet of Snapdragons, which is exactly what I wanted. So I hope you love this bouquet as much as I do. Thanks for joining me today.